Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Lucy King and I'm head of the Human-Elephant Coexistence Program at Save the Elephants. We're delighted today to showcase our new HEC Toolbox, which is the Human-Elephant Coexistence Toolbox, an entire encyclopedia of methods of how to live with elephants. We're very aware at Save the Elephants of the escalation and conflict across the African continent. So we've been working on this incredible manual for the last 2.5 years to help people understand and learn about the many, many ways that you can live in harmony with elephants. There really are plenty of practical ways that you can live with elephants for your farm, for your compound, even if you're herding livestock through the landscape. So I'd just like to showcase my screen for you, just to show you the documents. Share screen. And here we are. Great, so this is the Human-Elephant Coexistence Toolbox. It is advice, actions and tools to reduce conflict with elephants. It's a technical manual for trainers and community leaders. I've been working on this project for over 2 years now with our incredible colleagues, Naya Raja, Meha Kumar, and Nicola Heath, who is our unbelievable illustrator. I'm sure you'll agree as you look through the toolbox what fantastic illustrations she has done for us to help really sensitively illustrate the many, many different methods, including some of the ingredients, the tools, and also some of the cultural nuances of how these methods can and can't work in different scenarios. The front page is this amazing image of an actual toolbox, which is something that you might use to fix your car. And a bit like when your car breaks down, there is no one tool that actually is, can solve the problem. You often need to have different tools to fix your car. You need different tools to keep elephants out of your property. And we know that you have to rotate and sometimes change those tools as circumstances change, both for yourself and for the environment around you. So this is our lovely front cover. And as you go into the toolbox, it's really, there's a nice introduction at the beginning. There's a link to the website. All of this is live online if you want to go online and download every one of the tools. You can also ask us to send you the full PDF of the book that you can have at home. And we've also given you some guide for the trainers, for people who are trying to work with the community members to identify the source of the problem, understand why the elephants are in your area, your farm, your community in the first place, map how the elephants are moving around so you can identify where to build your deterrents, work out your time and your budget and your resources. And also, we're just really encouraging people to focus on human behavior change. It's really hard to change how elephants behave. They have been on this planet for millions of years. And so asking them to change is really difficult. We have to acknowledge their corridors, we have to protect our national parks, and we have to maintain the integrity of our ecosystems so that elephants are not driven into our communities or our schools and create the conflict in the first place. So I think it's really a two-way street, this. We have lots of mitigation ways to live with elephants, but we also have to do our part as humans, as part of this planet, to look after their wild spaces too. So thank you for thinking of these two sides of the equation as you look through ways to live with elephants. The contents page showcased the 7 different chapters we have created with all the different types of mitigation methods, starting off with understanding elephants, which is really critical. We've got 3 beautiful documents ready. We've got more on the pipeline coming, basically trying to understand why elephants behave as they do, and also have some elephant-aware behavior education embedded into our communities and schools and with our teachers and farmers. So I really encourage you to start with these 3 chapters. Learn a bit about elephants first before you go on to decide which of the methods you're going to use. And then we have 6 other chapters here: farm boundary protection, early warning systems, elephant compatible farming, and elephant compatible income generating activities. And then a little bit about how to look after tree protection, some of the biodiversity issues. And then finally finishing up with pastoralists and schools living in shared spaces with elephants. So there's a wealth of information here for you to enjoy. There's also a decision guide to help you pick which tool you should be using, whether you have a low budget or a high budget, whether you have lots of labor, lots of time, or very little time, and not much time for yourself to actually build those methods. And largely, the tools are split into whether an elephant is a threat to your farm, whether it's a threat to your school or compound, threat to your water or water pipes, or a threat to your trees. So this decision guide will help you choose which tool you should be looking at before you start to invest. And then there's lots of different icons in the toolbox. They're so beautiful. They're really just to help reduce the amount of words that are needed and to make it highly illustrative. So enjoy looking at these. There's lots of them available to look at. And we start off with just a lovely quote from Nelson Mandela. It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it. So as you go through, you'll see, I won't take you through every page of the book, but as you start to go into each of the chapters, you'll see how beautifully these are illustrated. And this very first chapter, Introduction to Elephants, gives you a hint of what these tools look like. They're highly illustrative. They're very, very technically accurate. They have a limited amount of words. We're going to translate this in the future. But for now, we just hope you're going to flick through them, really appreciate the illustrations and the drawings. And we hope that this is going to help young people, community members, leaders better understand elephants, and to really, really kind of get to grips with how to work and behave around elephants, but also how to implement some of the methods. So I'm just going to flick through some of these sheets to get to one of the elephants as engineers is just a beautiful sheet about how important they are for our environment and why we will survive as humans if we allow elephants to be part of our environment. So here's an example of a farm boundary protection, noise deterrence. You know, this is how we've illustrated it. Lots of technical details and all the ingredients and the materials needed for each method. We really hope you're going to enjoy looking through this. The book is available from the website, as we've said. We hope you'll get in contact with us. You can download each of the methods, but you can also get in contact for us to send you the entire book. It's just almost 130 pages, and we're launching it to get our community using this toolbox, giving us feedback, and we're going to be working on finishing it over the next year as more and more methods come in. It's a huge job, but we really wanted to launch it because so many people are desperate for this education pack. And of course, we'll take time to translate it as well. We're going to start with Swahili. We're going to be going on to Shona, to French, to Portuguese, to lots of the other African languages. We can't wait to get on with that project. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you for your patience while we finish this project. Give us some feedback in the short term, but otherwise, this is what we're doing at Save the Elephants now, to really think of the main issues that elephants are facing on this planet. And the main issues really are, how do we live with these incredible creatures so that we don't ruin their environment, and our environment is not ruined either. So thank you so much, and we really hope you're going to enjoy this toolbox. Bye for now.